What is going on, everyone? Just a terrible way to start the morning. I tried to brew my coffee and then I realized the settings were off because my fiance had some friends over. So we made some iced coffee. So the settings were left on iced coffee. So when I went upstairs to go check if my coffee was done, it was like 1/8 of the way done because it started the cold brew. I didn't want the cold brew. I want my normal coffee. So I had to reset everything, restart everything, pour more coffee in, and here we are. But here we are. What's up, everyone? What's going on? How are you today on this fantastic morning? On this fantastic morning, I need to. I'm all out of whack right now. I got to move my screen over so I can see the chat. This is. It's just. It's what it is. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Not the perfect way to start my Monday, but at least we started the Monday. Ain't that the truth? Aaron Nola with a phenomenal little how do you do last afternoon. Amazing performance out of him. Ew. The pitches were just breaking at will. The pitches had everybody buckling. That's my favorite. When you see guys buckling and not knowing what to do and their reactions to it, it's like, oh, the knees buckle and the hands they kind of hesitate a bit if they're going to drive through the zone or not. You got all that phenomenal play out of Aaron Nola's pitches and all the breaking out of Aaron Nola's pitches. It was just truly incredible. Probably one of the most dominant performances out of him that we've seen in quite some time. Quite some time. Good morning, Nord, I should say. Sorry, I'm trying to wake up a little bit and open up the eyeballs. Nord, what's going on, man? Arm Zebra, I'm so glad Nola got his complete game. Yeah, me too. I think Joe Girardi played it perfectly. I thought he did a great job. It was a pretty easy philosophy here. Hey, Nola, go out there. You have a chance. But if I'm Joe Girardi, if he did get into any sort of trouble, quick hook, quick yank. I ain't playing this game for too long. I got to win. I got to win. Nola or Wheeler, they're both very good. They're just two totally different pitchers. I don't think we need to get into this type of conversation every single time. It reminds me of the ace or not an ace thing. It's like Wheeler is probably a more consistent pitcher with a more structured fastball, and Aaron Nola has the nastier stuff, if you will. I think it's two totally different style of pitchers, but they're both very, very good. Am I going to put my jerseys on? Probably not. I'm not a big jersey guy. What's up, Brodes? What's up, man? Not much. Just a little bit of a crazy way to start the morning. The coffee settings were a little out of whack, so I had to mess around with my coffee settings. Not a great way. After I already started the process of brewing my one cup, it wasn't on the proper settings. I had to stop it mid brew. I had to re-pour my coffee grounds. I had to restart the brewing process. So not the cleanest and the smoothest start to the coffee morning, but we'll make it through. We'll make it through. Yeah, I did see that George Hill was actually listed as probable, right? Or no, questionable. He was upgraded to questionable. So I think that that is obviously a huge thing for him. Let's see exactly what the last status was for George Hill. He's upgraded to questionable. This was 12 hours ago, according to Keith Pompey of the Philadelphia Inquirer. George Hill could make his 76ers debut on Monday versus Golden State. So we should see. I'm pretty interested to see how it goes. What's up, Clark? What's going on, man? Is that uh I don't know what that means. If we got DeGrom, remind me. What? What's going on here? Why can't I comprehend things? You're going to the game tonight? Nice, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. It should be a fun time. That should be a fun time. Did you get any better from the last MLB stream? Yeah, I did. I definitely did. I started my Howie Roseman BA Road to the Show player. So I did start my Road to the Show player with Howie Roseman. I think we're about 15 games in, so we did start that a little bit. Yeah, here goes another one. How do you love MLB The Show so far? Couldn't watch your stream. Playing it for the first time. I like it. I like it. I'm having trouble on veteran though beat the late inning games. So on my franchise mode, I'm like 2-6 right now with the Phils, and I'm in games. It's 2-2, ninth inning. I allow a bomb to Freddie Freeman. It's 2-2, eighth inning. I allow a bomb to Ronald Acuna Jr. I'm in a game. I'm constantly in games, which is all I can ask for. It's competitive, which is how I like to play video games, but I cannot close out games on veteran. I am struggling significantly to hold on to games. Sucks. No, I didn't create my own stadium yet because I think that's only for the next gen consoles, right? I don't have a next gen. I'm still mucking the Xbox One life. No, Tommy, I'm from South Jersey, actually. I'm a South Jersey guy. Do you care about the Super League being formed in Europe? I don't even know what that means. I did see people tweeting about it or whatever, but I honestly, I know nothing about it, and I don't pay too much attention to it. So, my Twitch is twitch.tv/sports talk with Brodes. So if you are looking for my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/sports talk with Brodes. I don't know if I'm going to go live at any point today. I was thinking maybe it's a possibility, but probably maybe not today, but tomorrow is definitely in the works. Do you consider Nola underrated or overrated or where he should be? It just depends on who you're talking to. I think there's a lot of people that overrate him. I think there's a lot of people that underrate him. You know, I say that he's a phenomenal pitcher. There's a tier above him. That's fine to say. That still means you're a great pitcher. But I do look at it as there's a tier above Aaron Nola, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't think we need to get into this, this type of debate every time he has a great outing, every time he has a bad outing. I think that it just depends on who you're talking to. I think people do overrate him. I think that there are some that underrate him, but he's a phenomenal pitcher in this league, and there are pitchers better, and there is a tier higher. But that doesn't mean you can't win with him every night. That doesn't mean he should be looked at differently. He should be knocked for it. There should be none of that. You should appreciate what he can do. You can win baseball games every time he's on the diamond. He gives you such a great chance to win when he's playing his best baseball. The problem is he'll throw in that 4 2/3. He'll throw in that 5 inning outing. He'll throw in that game where he gets rocked and there's like 4 or 5 home runs, right? But when he's dialed in, I mean, he is just an incredible guy on the bump. Am I ready for Gabe Kapler's return? I am. I am. I think it's going to be hilarious. I think the boos are going to be pouring down, raining down. I mentioned this in my post game show yesterday. I felt bad for Matt Moore when he was getting ripped apart, and I felt bad when Gabe Cap or when Joe Girardi came out and made the decision to pull him because of the cheers and how loud it was, and you're pretty much saying this guy sucks, get him off. And I mean, it was warranted. But the Gabe Kapler one is probably going to be way worse. And I wish there was going to be 40,000 in the stands. They should allow. If I'm the Phillies, if I'm Citizens Bank Park, if I'm the city of Philadelphia, just for these 3 games, I allow 40 plus thousand just so you can get the full Gabe Kapler boo experience. That's for damn sure. I was at the game Saturday. The crowd was crazy when Matt Moore got taken out of the game. I honestly felt that's weird. That's weird. I did not see that until I started reading it. I felt the same way. Here's this veteran dude who's got 0 ties to the city, and he's trying to pitch himself out of this jam, and he's just got his own fans behind him, just shredding them into a million pieces. Now it comes with the territory, right? You got to be able to dominate. You got to be able to work yourself out of these jams. You got to get crafty. You got to be way better than you were. So that all comes with the territory. But it is pretty crazy to see that type of support, I should say, lack thereof. All right, why don't we? Because I waited a little bit because I knew how hot it would be. But let's take a sip of our coffees together. Let's enjoy this beautiful sip. We're going with Tim Hortons. I just finished my Tim Hortons. I finished my Wawa hazelnut. So we got a little slim at the coffee drawer. I think all that's left is caramel coffee cake, which is kind of not a big fan of that anymore. And my Pete's medium roast. So those are the only 2 styles of coffee we have left. Today we topped off the old Timmy Ho-Hos, the Timmy Horton. So let's all take a sip together. Incredible. Slamming pre-workout. Wow. All right. That's a way to get going. Cheers to the first sip. Slamming some pre-stream workout or pre-workout pre-stream. Slamming some pre-workout. Random question. I'm not a mascot guy, to be honest with you. I'm not like a big mascot guy. Logan comes in with a $2 donation. Sixers versus Curry tonight. Well, it looks like he's questionable, correct? So if he's questionable, I don't know exactly. Knowing the luck that we've been getting this season so far, he probably won't play. Let's search Steph Curry questionable. There's normally that'll pop up the key tags here. Well, that's from 2019. Warrior Steph Curry is questionable for a game versus 76ers. NBA News. Steph Curry, this is 9 hours ago from Keith Pompey. Steph Curry, left ankle soreness, questionable. Kelly Oubre, left wrist and soreness, questionable. Eric Pascal, out. So, yeah, I mean, knowing the way that it's gone down, you're probably not going to see Steph Curry, would be my guess. Just, I'm basing that off of just what we've seen, Brooklyn Nets, Clippers, and those are two different scenarios. Those are two different teams in two different spots and whatnot, but I don't think that you're going to get Steph Curry out there, unfortunately. Let's talk about the Sixers. What do you got, the Silent King? What do you want to talk about? What is on your mind about the Sixers? Yeah, he played through the tweak. Yeah, I don't understand. What is this Super League thing that everyone's talking about? I don't. Super League. I just 12 of Europe's biggest scorer or biggest soccer teams. Let's read this. FIFA expressed its disapproval of the new European Soccer League competition, while UEFA said the clubs concerned will be banned from playing in any other competition. Oh, guys, so they created their own league. The league will include 12 of Europe's biggest teams, Manchester United, Liverpool. So it seems like it's a bunch of English Premier League teams mixed with teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona. So would they still be playing in the English Premier League and all? I'm confused. Would they still be playing in the English Premier League and all that? They're just adding another league to it, or they're just disbanding from the English Premier League as a whole? On one of your videos, I asked what could you realistically see the Sixers resting Embiid on Wednesday? I asked what could realistically see. Okay, I think you messed up the here, but I asked you could you realistically see the Sixers resting Embiid on Wednesday because of the Milwaukee matchup on Thursday and Saturday because they're in our conference? Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't rule that out. You know, you've seen them utilize Joel Embiid differently this year than in years past, so they have been a little bit more intense with the back-to-backs, with the playing time, with all that. You've seen that more so far this season, but yeah, I mean it with a back-to-back on Thursday. That is what it is, right? Wait, where's their back-to-back? No, they don't have a. If there's no back-to-back, then no, it's not a back-to-back. Wednesday versus the Suns. Friday versus the. Where are we here? What is it? Oh yeah, it is a back-to-back. Yeah, if it's a back-to-back, I could see that. If it's a back-to-back, I can definitely see that. Yeah, I could. Even though the Suns are a good team, though. That's the thing. The Suns are a very good team, and it's kind of a test. You want to see how you match up against the Phoenix Suns again. So I do think that there is something in play with that. But of the two, I would imagine that it would be the Bucks more important than the Phoenix Suns. So I could see it going both ways. I could see them saying, play both and let's see you battle through it. At the same time, knowing the knee injury he's coming off of, knowing there were problems with the bone bruise, I could also see a situation where it is not in play too. I could see it both ways. I mean, I could see it both ways. So there's no more Champions League. How could they have no more Champions League? That's the biggest of them all. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not big with soccer, so Super League is only created to make the rich teams even richer. Sure, I mean, that's sports in general, though, right? I mean, it's like talking about the Power Five conferences in college football. The reasons why they do what they want to do and they want to separate themselves with the college football playoff and all, that's all because of being able to make more money and creating more revenue. I mean, that's just sports in general, for sure. Brodes, I don't care how we match up against the Suns. We won't see them down the line. Yeah, but I mean, it's a regular season basketball game against the Milwaukee Bucks. You really think you're going to be showing your best hands, your strongest hands? What you see there, sure, you might say, well, this could happen. This might not happen. Maybe you can do this matchup or not, but you're not going to go out there and throw everything you got at the Milwaukee Bucks and show them, hey, if we match up in the postseason, if we do see each other, which knowing that the Brooklyn Nets lost again. They lost to Miami Heat. That opens things up for this first seed even more. You might not even see them. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's regular season basketball. If you play a good team in the Phoenix Suns and you play a good team in the Milwaukee Bucks that you're not lined up to see until the Eastern Conference Finals anyway, that's even if, they can get past some of these good teams in the Eastern Conference too. I just want to see how they compete against good basketball teams, you know? What you see in a regular season game isn't what Doc Rivers is going to do in a postseason game, regardless of what team you're playing, regardless of if it's the Milwaukee Bucks or not. Is Howie ready for the NFL draft? I don't know. Is Jeffrey Lurie ready for the scouts to actually talk to him and talk to Howie and them not be separated through analytics and not being on the same page? That's a totally different conversation. That whole mess that came out with the athletic piece, that's where the problem lies for me more than anything else. It's the owner. It's the divide between the analytics and the actual football people. And I like both. There is a reason why analytics are utilized, and it's not stupid. Analytics are very valuable. It's smart to have analytics. On the same time, you can't tell the coaching staff and the scouting department one thing and then do the complete opposite with your analytic team and then go make the selection. Everyone needs to know. You talk to the scouting director, the scouting top guys. Hey, we like your input. We like what you saw, but I think we're going to utilize this method because we like this more. Okay, we're not happy about it. We're not thrilled about it, but they're aware. They're aware. There's no communication. You can't just throw people off guard for 5, 6, 7 draft picks and then assume that when you go back to that individual for some information on players that they're just going to be so willing to give it to you. That's the problem more so than anything else in my eyes. Just call me Flair with the $5 donation. Going to the Phillies game tonight. Sucks that it's at the same time as the Sixers, both at home. LOL. Anyway, enjoy your day, Brodes. Thank you so much for the $5. Just call me Flair. Yeah, that is always tough when you have a Phillies game at 7 while the Sixers are on. But, they're playing a Warriors team. At least you don't miss the Bucks. At least you don't miss the Suns. At least it's a game where, yeah, you never want to miss a game at all. But at least it's a missable game. If you want to put a smile on your face, if you're looking for the optimism, if you're looking for a little bit of positivity. But yeah, I mean, the Phillies game is Chase Anderson on the mound. I don't know who's on the mound for the the Giants. Should be fun though. You're going to get to boo the shit out of Gabe Kapler, which is always entertaining. Gaussman, is that who's pitching? Yeah. So you got the number 5 on for your Philadelphia Phillies. Hopefully he can grind through 5 innings or so to put yourself in a position to stay involved and stay engaged. There are so many problems with this team, though. Matt Moore, the number 4, isn't working. Center field is a disaster. An absolute disaster what you're getting out of him. Mickey Moniak, 3 strikeouts. Bad. Roman Quinn, just egregious. 12 straight games that one of your most important positions on the field have not been able to do anything. Come on, dude. Come on. Now, here's the other side, because we had someone in here previously that mentioned they were at that game with Matt Moore and they felt bad. And I kind of felt bad, too, watching on TV. Ben says, I was at the Phillies game on Saturday. It was so much fun to boo Moore and cheer when Girardi was pulling him. Now we get the opposite experience where someone just enjoyed it, loved it, embraced it, and it was almost the best part of the game, if you will. So Yeah, I felt bad for him, but it was very well deserved. It should have happened. It needed to happen. It was mandatory. So this isn't okay. All right. You can't have this. You can't be this. You're supposed to be crafty. You're supposed to be unique and being able to grind yourself out of certain spots. You had 2 outs in that inning. 2 outs, and you're allowing bombs to Yadier Molina. Bombs to DeYoung back to back. Here comes JoJo Romero. He can't get out of anything. And then bang, here's some more bombs involved. But with the Matt Moore discussion, it was terrible. 2 outs, you're allowing 5 runs. Jimmy, you can't be doing this. I mentioned this, Jimmy, on 97.5 The Fanatic yesterday when I was on. I had a question for each team. The way I set up the show was I had a question about the Eagles, question about the Phillies, and I asked you a question about each squad. And we were talking about the center field debacle. And I brought up how on the Anytime Hotline, I actually had a caller mention that they would rather see something along the lines of McCutchen in center field, Reese in left field, Alec Boehm at first with maybe Scott Kingery at third base. And we were all cracking up. It was terrible. 6 runs, right? It was 6 runs total in the inning, I think. One was on JoJo Romero, though. And there was some poor defense involved. But JoJo Romero came in after Matt Moore threw the ball over Kim's head. But he allowed 5 in the in that inning with 2 outs. Him specifically, if I remember correctly. But yeah, going to my question. So these were my questions on the show yesterday. Can Scotty play center field? Yeah, he probably can. The problem is he can't hit. So I think it's worth a shot considering what you're doing now is terrible, but apparently his swing clearly isn't there yet. Oh, you were there as well, Tommy? That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Bro, you doing an MLB stream today? Probably not today, maybe tomorrow. I do have a couple of things this afternoon. I'm not ruling it out. You can follow me on Twitter at Brodes81 to stay updated if I do decide to go live on Twitch. So I do think it's possible. I'm leaning towards probably not today, maybe more so tomorrow, but I'm not ruling it out. It is possible. Fanatic's birthday. Yeah, I'm not a big Fanatic birthday guy. To me, it doesn't really matter. What's up, MLB fan? What's happening, dude? Vinny V was lights out. Oh, stop it. All right, so here was my question. I guess we'll ask this here on the stream. I'd love to get your thoughts, all right? So here's the Eagles hypothetical that I laid out on the Fanatic yesterday. If Jeffrey Laure was to come out and make a statement that said, Howie Roseman has 2 years left. 2 years left. It's make or break. He has 2 drafts, 20 draft picks to kind of maneuver himself around this hole that we have created. But I am going to give him 2 seasons to fix this. And from there, he's either your GM of the foreseeable future or we are moving away and we're going to go in another direction. How would you feel about that? How would you feel as an Eagles fan if that was how it was laid out? To me, I think it's fine. I think that's almost reasonable. I think that's almost the best way to handle it. I think this is the most rational way to handle it. We made a mess. It was brutal. You get 2 years of Howie Roseman left to fix this or to not fix this. And then from there, the decision is made. Here's where I have the problem, though. You only have the problem is it takes 3 years. 3 years to really know what a draft class is. So if you draft 2 draft classes and then you only have 2 years to prove yourself, those players need to have some sort of amazing impact within those couple of years prior. There's a difference between, see, you'll know, though. If you have J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, it's different. If you get a Jalen Reagor, that's kind of in the middle. And if you land a Miles Sanders or a Dallas Goedert, well, then you know you have a piece that was worthy of the pick. Howie Roseman doesn't deserve a chance to rebuild. I disagree. I think he does. I think the more of the problem is Jeffrey Laure. And unfortunately, Howie Roseman might be out of here too because of the way that Jeffrey Laure has kind of made an impact with his fingerprints and been involved in heavy analytics. When you see that an individual like Jeffrey Laure is mad at Doug Peterson and on Tuesday meetings ripping him apart for running the ball too much, winning the game, short week, crucial win in Green Bay, winning that game in a way that he didn't like. I didn't like that you ran the ball a lot. I didn't like it. It doesn't satisfy me. Why did you do that? Doesn't matter, Jeff. We won the football game. We won the game. You ran it with Jordan Howard. That was the recipe of success. Pound and ground. Ground and pound. 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 Run the ball. So I think, to me, you get 2 years left. And from there, in that hypothetical, how would you feel? I think that's fine. I think that's reasonable. I don't think that's out of line. I don't think that's out of touch. You just got to make a decision based off of what you kind of see, based off of those 2 years, because you won't have a full assessment on the draft class. But you could tell the difference between a Dallas Goedert and a J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They got to be more like the Dallas Goederts to keep yourself in that seat. But I also feel that, and they alluded to this in the Athletic article that they wrote about the front office. When Howie Roseman was put away, he came back a different person. But now he somewhat went back to his old ways, knowing that, and Rob Maaddi, I want to find the actual tweet from Rob Maaddi because he was reporting that maybe the seat is hotter than anticipated when it comes to, here it is. He tweets this out. I've been saying that Howie Roseman's close relationship with the Eagles owner, Jeffrey Lurie, gives him unique job security. But I was told there's more pressure on the GM now more than ever before. So there was probably a situation, maybe, that sort of like what happened when he was put to the other side of the NovaCare complex with Chip Kelly, that there was an eye-opening experience. Maybe him knowing that my job is actually on the line now, and it never really was. It never truly was. Maybe that's an eye-opening experience. I'm not telling you that I feel there's a great chance that it is. I'm not telling you that I feel amazing about it. I'm just saying I think that it's a possibility. So that was my question. No, I disagree. I don't think he did. I think Jeffrey Lurie is a huge impact on this analytical divide of Jeffrey Lurie forcing analytics to make the full-on decisions and all. Like, I think Howie's a part of that, but it all starts with Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie's obsession with it is what forces you to take these players more than anything else. The impact of Jeffrey Lurie is way bigger than anyone is giving it justice for, apparently. It's not just Howie Roseman. The impact of Jeffrey Lurie is obnoxious, and it's insane, and it's brutal, and it's part of the reasons why you're getting these drafts. You're getting these drafts because of Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie did, in fact, pick J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, not Howie Roseman. That is a problem. And to think it happened once, and that's the only time it happened, no way. Now, that doesn't mean that Howie Roseman is perfect at drafting. That doesn't mean he doesn't make mistakes in that draft room. But to act as if after hearing all this news, all this drama, and this isn't the Eagles releasing information. This isn't Adam Schefter. This isn't Mortensen. This is different. This is your local guys on the beat getting in there. No, I'm not an EDP fan, no. Can I get a review of MLB The Show? I love it. I'm just not good at it. I'm grinding on veteran, and I'm working my way through to try and get some wins. I'm in battles every night, 2-2, 3-2, 2-1, 4-3. I'm in battles every single game. I can't finish. I had Hector Neris blow me 2 saves already. I can't get a win on veteran. I'm so close. I'm grinding. I'm working for it. But I just can't get there. I just cannot get there. This is my first time ever playing MLB The Show because I'm an Xboxman, and this is the first time we've ever had it on the Xbox. So this is the first time I have been able to kind of play it. So I don't really have anything else to judge it on. Diamond Dynasty is the best game. I know that's what everybody played. I'm just not ready there yet. I think I have to earn my stripes. I have to earn my way there. I'm not ready to hop into online play, Diamond Dynasty. I need to get better before I dive deeper into that. Thanks, Philly Gangster. What's going on, man? I appreciate that. I can't believe KD. Well, Brogdon in the game isn't good. He's like a 62 overall. So it's really between Alvarado and Hector Neris as my closer in my Phillies bullpen. I can't believe KD got hurt again. If I'm a Nets fan, I'm worried. Yeah, it's another problem. Lingering issues. I don't know how crazy it is, it just sucks because you're probably going to get a shutdown for the season again. You're probably going to have something along those lines. As I'm getting a phone call here that I probably should be taking, and I'm hitting it with the I can't hit that right now. But yeah, the KD problem is a problem for the Brooklyn Nets. I think that's clear. I think that's an issue, and it's something that's going to hurt them for the backstretch. I don't think it's going to hurt them in the playoffs. Although, I mean, these tweaks keep coming up. These tweaks keep coming up. Maybe there is a possibility that in a playoff series, maybe round one, round two, there's something that happens to Kevin Durant and he limps off the court and he has a thigh contusion. I guess it is on track for that to possibly happen. You can't rule that out. But yeah, it is definitely getting pretty brutal. It seems every single damn time there's something worse happening to KD, even if it's just minor. It's just something new, something new, something new. Constantly for Kevin Durant, for James Harden, for Kyrie Irving, they're all over the place. Let's talk about how hot Gene Segura has been. He's been amazing. You know, I never would have anticipated in the beginning of the season talking about Gene Segura the way that we have been talking about Gene Segura. And if you go to let's go to the Philly stats and kind of take a peek at where some of these players are right now with statistics. I don't want to look at that center field spot, but unfortunately, that's going to have to happen. All right, Reese Hoskins is giving you 259. The walks, he only has 3 walks, which is crazy, but he's hitting better than he was the year he walked around 118 times. He was only hitting 225. Now he's hitting close to 260, and it was higher than that before this past game. So, you know, it's so early. There's still so much movement. Bryce Harper, 289. He's got 3 home runs on the season. Should have about 6, to be fair. Gene Segura, 352. That is insane. 352. My man is crushing the baseball. He's just playing phenomenal. He's seeing the ball and he's hustling. He's giving you that effort. He's giving you that dog. Now, he didn't do it in 2019 when he came with the Phillies. He was hitting less than 300. And his first year here in Philadelphia in 2019, he hit 280. 280, which is still very good. He was coming off of 3 straight 300 plus years, though. He was hitting 280. He did not do this. He did not give it. We never seen the best version of Gene Segura. We never saw the Segura that was in Arizona, that was in Seattle. We never saw that. It's amazing. Let's see here. It's funny. You never think of him as anything really other than, to me, like that Arizona year, you just kind of forget about. You kind of forget the earlier stages too. I feel like Seattle and on is somewhat what I remember Gene Segura as in general. But Matt Moore to the bullpen, even David Hale is more reliable. Matt Moore in the bullpen would do nothing for you. Matt Moore in the bullpen would literally do nothing for you. How long until Girardi needs to lead off Segura and move McCutchen down in the order? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that they're going to try something at some point. I don't know if I even like the idea of Gene Segura in general. I don't know if I like Gene Segura leading off. I feel like one of the reasons why he's hitting the way that he's hitting is, you know, you put him in the leadoff spot and it changes the mentality at the plate. It changes the approach at the plate. I'm not anti. I'm not saying I understand why people feel the way that they do about Gene Segura right now. It makes a lot of sense, and I get it, and I'm okay with change right now. I would give anything an opportunity, but I don't know. I don't know. I heard maybe what if you would Bryce Harper? What if you would lead off Bryce Harper? How would you feel about that? And then moving Gene Segura maybe in the second hole, and then you can have Reese Hoskins in the 3 with JT Realmuto, and then Bohm and Didi. And you can go down that. I'm not anti Gene Segura leading off. I just I don't know. I don't know. Where would you put Andrew McCutchen at that point? 8th? No, the Phillies should not be signing Cole Hamels. We should not be going down that road again. Harper, Hoskins, JT, Didi, Bohm, Segura, McCutchen. Harper, Hoskins, JT, Didi. So Didi's your cleanup? Do I like Bohm as my cleanup over Didi? I almost like this. What if we did something like this? I'm gonna write it down just to kind of fool around with it. What if we went Harper, Segura, Harper, Segura, Bohm, JT, Didi, center field, Kutch, pitcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I knew I was missing something. Who the hell am I missing? Who the hell am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who the hell am I missing? Oh, Hoskins. Jesus. All right, that makes a lot of sense. All right, I was going to say, because this doesn't look as lethal as I thought it did in my mind. All right, so let's re-say this. Harper, Segura, Bohm, Reese, JT, Didi, center field, Kutch, pitcher. Or you can move Kutch in front of center field, but I'm trying to space it out a little bit. So maybe Kutch in that eighth hole can just change it around a little bit. I don't know. Is that something that's reasonable? Or is that the thing is with Bohm, he's actually stroking the ball very well. He's getting robbed out in right field by like Edmund. Like, what's going on here? Here's a dude who's just catching balls off the wall out in right field. That's ridiculous. I don't know if I love it. That was me just spitballing. I think that there's something missing in that lineup. I wouldn't be against trying it. Maybe it's just the fact that after Didi should be Kutch and center field should be in the eighth spot still. I'm trying to get too cute with that 7-8. But Odubel's not going to play. All right? Odubel's just not going to play. At this point, he would have been caught up. There's a reason why he's not caught up. Odubel's not an option. I hear everyone screaming that Odubel. He's not an option. If he was an option, he'd be up. You can't be having 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts from Mickey Moniak, and 0-4-3 batting average out of Roman Quinn, and think that Odubel Herrera is going to be caught up. He's not. He would have been caught up. This is a disaster. I mean, this is worst case scenario shit that's happened to the Phillies organization, and they're not doing anything about it, and they're still throwing these guys out there. It tells you everything you need to know. Batting Harper at leadoff would make me sick. It wouldn't make me sick. I think he could bat everywhere. Bryce Harper is just amazing. He could bat everywhere. I kind of want to tweak it a bit because I don't know if I love Bohm. I just think if you look at where Bohm is right now on paper, statistically, even though that doesn't mean much when it comes to like how he approaches the plate because he is such a professional hitter. He's hitting 222. He's been getting really good contact that just hasn't landed. And if you look at the exit velo and all with some of his latest strokes, I mean, these are balls that are going to land and you're going to be fine if you continue. Just right now, he's batting 222. Maybe I would switch JT in that 3 spot with him. So maybe Harper, Segura, JT, Reese Hoskins, Bohm, Didi, center field, Kutch kind of. Still holding out hope on Kingery. I'm not. He's going to be better than anything you got right now, maybe. But I don't think he is out of whack, dude. Those mechanics, I've never seen worse hips in my life. I played hockey for 22 years. My hips don't move. They struggle to move. All right, I ain't flexible. I watched Scott Kingery with his hips. His hips are 8,000 steps ahead in his swing compared to his bat. His bat is going this way, and he's loading up while his hips are already torqued through third base. It's ridiculous. By the way, I kept saying twerk in my video last night. I was talking about Bryce Harper and the torque on his back. I kept saying twerk. I get called out in the comment section. Brodes, I think you meant torque. That is the word I'm looking for, right? Because you know when you say a word, it just doesn't sound right. When I'm saying that something doesn't sound right with it. I don't know. Something doesn't sound right. I've seen worse hips. My wife after having a baby. I was totally going to make a sex joke there with my hips in the bedroom, but I decided not to. Thoughts on Wade Allison so far? Yeah, he's obviously he's a nice adrenaline shot, as Al Morganti would say. He's definitely something that is helping out that team just from a spark standpoint, but they still stink. They haven't won a hockey game in how long? You know, they're just a brutal team to watch. Yesterday's game was just a dud. Just terrible. I mean, talk about background noise for me. I even got to the point, that was the first Flyers game at some point, even I talk about background noise. I was like tuned out. I was legitimately tuned out, where I didn't even have it on. I did not even have it on. So that's where the Flyers are in my life. They are unbearable. And it takes a lot for me to be in that case. By the way, I saw your thing about open ice hits. We're going to record one tomorrow morning. We're going to record a NHL pod tomorrow morning. I'm looking through. When was their last win? They lost to the Caps, lost to the Penguins, lost to the Caps. They lost to the Islanders last night. They lost to the Sabres. Are they on a 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, no, they beat the Pens. They did. They came back and won in a shootout. So they're only on a 2-game losing streak. But of their last 5 games, they're 1-4. They're 1-4 in their last 5. With the Rangers on Thursday, the Rangers on Friday with the back-to-back. They're just a bad, bad, bad hockey team. They're just a bad hockey team. Ben, what's your lineup I put out? Let's see. Let's see the comments. Segura, Hoskins, JT, Harper, Bohm, Didi, McCutcheon. I'm not anti. I would understand trying it. I just don't love Segura leading off. And I know he's playing amazing, so that sounds kind of silly because of the production you're getting out of McCutcheon, but I don't know. There's just something about the leadoff spot that I'm just not in love with out of the Gene Segura lifestyle. Odubel Herrera is going to get caught up. You may not think so, but I do. Why isn't he caught up at this point then? It's not play. It's not play. Anything Odubel Herrera can do is better than Mickey Moniak, is better than Roman Quinn, was better than Adam Hazley. So if he isn't getting caught up because of play, why isn't he getting caught up? Well, I think we all know it's a PR decision. It's just unless they get that desperate. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's obviously possible because of the trajectory of what we got right now at that position. So it's obviously possible because of how much of a mess it is. With that all being said, Odubel Herrera, it's not because of play. It's because of one thing. So what would change? What would change? If it's not because of play and it's because of the other reason, what is going to change? They wanted to give Mickey Moniak a chance, and he failed. Well, he only had 2 games. If that's all they're going to give people before they make a decision, that's pretty ridiculous. But the front office is still mad at Odubel, even though he did his time. Well, the reason it's this way is because of the way the union is set up with the domestic violence rules, that you can only make a baseball decision on him. You can get rid of him based off of a baseball decision. Well, this is them saying it's a baseball decision, not anything else. I think they maneuvered around it. I think they played the game. I think that they were being strategic on how they worded things. I think that they were just maneuvering around this situation. And the reason that he's no longer on this team and he's not playing is because of play. No, personally, I would have him caught up. I don't agree with it necessarily, but I understand it. I'm not saying I don't understand it. I wouldn't go down the road they're going down, but I see why they go down that road. The problem is, if they feel this strongly about it, then they should have just cut him years ago. And financially, they didn't want to make that decision. But if you were just not going to play him because of this, then just get rid of him the second it happens. Move on, wash your hands, clean your hands. But now you have it where half the fan base wants him, half the fan base don't want him. Now you put yourself in this messy spot where you're kind of in a tough position. I guess my thought is Gene is just good at punching soft hit singles around. Yeah, I understand why people want Gene Segura in the lineup right now. He's putting the ball in play. He's hustling. He's giving you doubles with 2 outs. He's getting on base. He's got a good average. He's hitting for average. So, yeah, I get why. I just don't know if you'd get the same exact production with him leading off than you do at that 7 spot. And I'm not saying he needs to be stuck in that 7 spot or glued there. But I do think that part of the reason why he's having success is where he is in the lineup. Ooh, you're going French vanilla Colombian coffee. Damn, that sounds pretty solid for sure. I haven't even really been drinking my coffee enough because I always get stuck talking. Not that that's bad. Not stuck talking. I don't want to make that seem like it's a bad thing. I just get into a flow. I get into a rhythm, and I forget my coffee's off to the side. I agree that Dave Dombrowski isn't going to rest on this. My problem is it's baseball. And there's no way in hell that teams are ready to make decisions. There's a lot of teams that are figuring themselves out, learning who they are, seeing if they're in the conversation. It's so early. It's 15 games in. That's my point. There's not many teams in the predicament that the Phillies are in where they're this desperate this early. I already have to start making moves. I already need to go in another direction. I already need to make a monstrous trade in center field, which, oh, by the way, is such a crucial position for so many teams. They're just not going to be willing to get rid of guys when they think they have a chance to compete, when they know that they can battle. So why would they get rid of one of their center fielders when they know that they're fighting for the NL West, when they know that they're fighting for the NL Central, when they know that they're out there in the AL West and they're in a competition? It's so damn early. So teams aren't ready to pick up the phone and start making trades. So you might be in a spot where you're forced to play these guys constantly for a long period of time, and that's an issue. I said this in the postgame show, I almost give them so much credit for having that flaw at center field, for getting zero production in 12 games out of such a crucial position, and you're still 8-7, you're still winning series. It's pretty wild. Yeah, but it's been a while since that's happened, Nord. It's been a while since you've gotten great production out of him, just in general. And he's doing it out of a different spot. I mean, at that point, you're talking about almost 5 years ago. And I don't know. Let me see if I can find. I want to go through his splits and his career splits on. I hate the way this website sets it up because you can't go career. I want to go career splits. Let's go back to career batting. And let's see his career batting first. All right. All right. All right. So I do think it's fair. Let's see. Batting second, 282. Batting where he is now, 290. Batting fifth, 300. I mean, he's pretty consistent throughout the lineup, to be fair. It's not like it's a big difference from batting third, he's close to 300. Batting second, 282. Batting over 300 in that one spot. So I guess that would prove me wrong. He did have a lot of success batting lead off before. So, maybe it is worth it. Maybe it is worth more of a shot. I still don't know if I love it. And to be fair, part of it's not just a Gene Segura thing. A lot of my decision making on the leadoff spot is I don't think you do Andrew McCutchen you don't get the best out of Andrew McCutchen. You're not getting the best out of him right now, but I just don't think he can play in many other spots. While I think Gene Segura, as you saw, can play in many other spots because he still hits well in the 2 spot, in the 3 spot, in the 5 spot, in the 7 spot. You get better looks and better production out of him in other areas than I think you would get out of Andrew McCutchen. So I want to go to his splits when it comes to batting. The problem is the sample size and where Andrew McCutchen is now in his career, like batting third, which is we're talking about prime Andrew McCutchen, is a totally different beast of what you're getting anytime now. You just don't see him batting eighth, batting seventh. He's got 2 career games at the fifth. He got 3 career games at 7, 2 career games batting eighth, batting second, only 109 games where he hit 250. Leading off, like the problem is I can't put a lot of stock in what he did when he was MVP Andrew McCutchen. So with that being said, leading off is really all the only thing I've seen him really do. It doesn't mean I can't try anything. I'm willing to try. I'm absolutely willing to try. I'm just saying. Well, he is right now. I mean, we've seen Gene Segura just last year be bad. I mean, Gene Segura was terrible in Philadelphia before, so I just think he's on a nice streak right now. He's on a nice ride. This is the ceiling of Gene Segura, and the ceiling is beautiful. We've seen some negatives, though, out of Gene Segura for sure. How crucial is Durant's injury? I'm all in on the Sixers taking the East. I want to win. I want this win tonight, actually. I want both home games. Phoenix as well. Big week in the NBA. Yeah, the Suns game comes at a weird time, though, with the back-to-back, so that definitely plays a role in how maybe the Sixers are going to elect to play that out. How crucial is it? I don't think like this specific injury is game changing. I just think it's a you're going to see constant problems. You're going to see constant injury issues, and you're going to see the lingering problems that are going to keep occurring. And that's where I think it's more of a problem. Not so much like this one specifically, this thigh contusion. I think it's more of a hey, there's little things that keep popping up. There's little things minor. There's little issues here and there that are constantly going to just peek its little ugly head. That's where I think that it's more of an issue, more so than this specific thigh contusion that's going to play a role in his play. George Hill playing tonight, hopefully. Yes, I do agree. Hopefully that is the case. All right, so I do have to end it here. We're 3 minutes shy, but I have to take this phone call here. That's pretty important. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out today for this Coffee with Brodes. I really appreciate it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Brodes81. I do have to answer this phone call. Thank you all so